Hey everyone, welcome back. Rachel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, Michael. Super excited to be here.
So let's kick things off with the absolute basics. What exactly is information security in the context of AWS?
Great question. At its core, information security is about protecting your intellectual property, your data, from anything unauthorized.
Like unauthorized access or someone changing it without permission.
Exactly. Preventing unauthorized access, use, or modification. AWS gives you so many tools to do just that.
And you mentioned confidentiality as a key part of this, right?
Oh, absolutely crucial. Confidentiality means only the right people can see and use certain information. It's about keeping secrets safe.
So blocking out everyone else who shouldn't see it.
Precisely. And to achieve that, two foundational principles are a must-have for any organization's security culture.
Which are
Least privilege and strong authentication. These are your bedrock.
least privilege, meaning like only giving people the bare minimum access they need.
You got it, just enough to do their job and nothing more. And strong authentication is, well, making sure they are who they say they are.
So combining those two really locks things down.
They form the strongest defense. It's about being proactive, not reactive, with your security.
So last time we talked about the core ideas behind security, like confidentiality and least privilege.
Exactly. And a big part of that, especially in the cloud, is understanding who's responsible for what.
Right? Because it's not all on AWS, is it?
No way. That's the shared responsibility model. It's crucial.
Okay, so what exactly does Oz handle in this model?
They're responsible for the security of the cloud. Think the global infrastructure.
Like the hardware, the facilities, all that physical stuff.
Spot on. The networking, the software running the services themselves, that's their domain.
So if they're doing that, what's left for us, the customers?
That's the security in the cloud. You're responsible for your data.
My actual data, okay.
In your operating systems, your networks, the platforms you create in AWS.
So how I configure everything.
Pretty much. You protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of your data.
And compliance requirements, I bet.
Absolutely. Any specific business or compliance needs for your workloads, that's on you.
Got it. So AWS secures the foundation, and we secure what we build on top of it.
Perfect summary. It's a partnership, really.
Makes total sense. It's not a set it and forget it kind of thing.
Never. Your configuration choices matter.
So after understanding the shared responsibility model, how do we actually apply the principle of least privilege in practice?
That's a great question. It's all about giving users or systems only what they absolutely need to do their job.
Only what's essential.
Exactly. Think of it like this. A database administrator doesn't need to manage a network setting.
That makes total sense. So grant access only as needed.
Yes, start by denying everything, then open up access specifically for job roles.
That's a strong baseline. What about separation of duties?
Crucial. You want to ensure different people are responsible for different parts of a process with appropriate authorization.
So setting clear expectations for who can do what.
Precisely. Engineers, operations staff, everyone knows their boundaries.
Okay, and you mentioned something about long-term credentials.
Yes. Avoid them whenever possible. They're a security risk.
So no permanent keys lying around.
That's the idea. Use temporary security credentials that expire. It significantly limits exposure if they ever get compromised.
That's smart, less risk.
Right. IAM or IIM is key here for managing all this.
IAM helps enforce all these principles.
It does. Least privilege, separation of duties, and moving away from those risky long-term credentials.
So after all this talk about least privilege and avoiding long-term credentials, how do we actually do that in AWS?
That's where IAM comes in. It's identity and access management.
Okay, so IAM is that like, where you said who can do what?
Precisely. It's super powerful. You can use role-based access control or RBAC or attribute-based ABAC.
Wait, what's the difference between role-based and attribute-based?
RBAC is assigning permissions based on a user's job function or role, like a developer role.
Okay, that makes sense. And a BAC?
ABAC uses characteristics or attributes like department or project to grant access. It's more granular.
So it's more dynamic, Based on tags, maybe.
Exactly. It's much more flexible as your organization grows.
And what about those temporary credentials you mentioned earlier?
That's STS, Security Token Service. It's how you get temporary, short-lived credentials.
So no more storing long-term access keys.
Ideally, yes. STS generates credentials that expire, significantly reducing your risk.
That's huge for security. And we can also set session policies right.
Yes, you can scope down permissions even further within a temporary session. It's like a temporary, even stricter security path.
So IAM is basically the key to implementing that least privilege principle we talked about.
It absolutely is. It's foundational for securing everything in AWS.
So if I have users who aren't directly in a WS, how do I give them access?
That's where identity federation comes in. It's for external users.
External, like what kind of external?
Think corporate users or even people logging in with Google or Facebook.
Like my social media login.
Precisely. It lets them access AWS resources without needing direct IAM credentials.
So they use their existing identity.
Yep. AWS trusts that external provider to verify who they are.
That simplifies things a lot. But what if access breaks? How do I figure that out?
Troubleshooting access? AWS has tons of tools for that.
Like what? Is there a big red button?
Not quite a button, but services like IAM Access Analyzer or CloudTrail.
What do those do?
Access Analyzer helps identify overly permissive policies. CloudTrail logs all API activity showing who did what and when.
So I can see exactly where the problem might be.
That's it. You can track down why someone can't access a resource, or even why they can when they shouldn't.
That's super helpful for maintaining least privilege then.
Absolutely. It's all about making sure the right people have the right access, and nothing more.
And quickly fixing it if something's wrong.
Exactly. Security is an ongoing process.
Well, that's a lot to think about.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks for having me.